Hey, Mystic family, Mystic Unigon here, and welcome back to a wonderful another Wednesday Wonderings. Yeah, it's been a while, and actually, I've finished list 8. So I get ready to start number 9. So, you guys know the drill. I read off the question, give you my answer, and if you have one, I would like to know in the comments so I can also get to know you guys better. Okay, number 1. What is a favorite cat memory of yours? If you've had a cat. More like if you had one growing up. Or, I should say, dog, or whatever pet, if you have a special memory of any pet. This was specifically cat because for me, I mostly grew up with cats. One of them was named Spot, but it wasn't spelled S-P-O-T. It was spelled S-P-O-U-G-H-T. And this was back when my mom used to work for equine veterinarians. One of the ladies that worked in the office ended up going to one of the farms. I forget why. But she saw this Manx cat that had gotten attacked and pretty much torn up by a Jack Russell Terrier. And, both of them lived on the farm, and I guess they just got into a bad enough fight. And the owner of the farm was just like, she felt so bad for the cat because the cat was all beat up. And the owner's just like, take the cat, he's gonna, he's not gonna survive here in that, especially in that condition, and, we have too much other stuff going on to do anything for him. So, they took him to the clinic, and very rarely did they have horses in the clinic that were sick or whatever. So they actually hooked him up in one of the stalls, hooked him to IVs, because they had various sizes, so and then they bandaged up his leg, because his one front leg was broken, the other one was torn up pretty bad, so he basically had to sit on his hind legs with his paws like this. So he kind of sat up like a rabbit. And when he started getting better, enough to not need to be there anymore, it was kind of undecided on who would take him in. Nobody really could take him in except Mom. So she took him in, and at first all the other cats were afraid because he was still kind of indisposed of his front, especially his one front leg, so he'd still sit like this a lot. And so they were all kind of scared of him. But then he became the most lovable daddy cat. When we had kittens, he would be the daddy figure, and they also fixed him while he was in the clinic, because a farm like that, they don't neuter the animals at all. So they did that, and of course, when you do that to male cats, they become a heck of a lot more lovable, and he certainly did. And he never got in a fight with any of our cats at all. Never. Some of them still stayed away from him because they didn't like him, but he never fought with any of them. And he was amazing. And I remember one time he was out in the pasture with the horses, and I was out there too, and I was walking, and because I had my camera, I had taken it out for the day just to take landscape pictures, and that was one of the actual cameras. Take the film to the store to get it developed and everything. But he was walking towards me in the pasture, so I took a picture of him. And when it came out, he literally looked like this white spot. Now his colorings were really cool. He was a Manx cat. So basically they have a little stump of a tail. And most of them don't really wag their tail, or can't. But he could, like, when he was happy, you could tell because that little stump would wag like crazy. And, but yeah, Dad's like, he really does look like a spot in the yard, or in the pasture. And everybody said he was like the cool cat. All he needed was a pair of sunglasses, like a picture of him, and like have a pair of sunglasses on. And he loved his head scratched. And like if he was in the house and sitting on the kitchen stool, he made the funniest noise too. He would go like rat, rat, because they say cats like have over 100 vocal sounds, and I'm like, after hearing him, I believe it, because he would make that noise. Like, he would do that at you so you'd scratch his head, or like if you got close enough to him, he'd bump your hand with his head, like, come on, scratch me, scratch me. It was so cute. And the year before he passed, like, we didn't even know how old he was. He was pretty old as it was. And the year before he passed, like, he literally would kill a squirrel, like, every summer. Except for the last summer. Like, because he was blind in one eye. But he obviously had exquisite hearing, because I'll tell you what, those squirrels would sneak down that tree and start teasing him. He was still a beast, man. He got him. He got a squirrel like every summer that he lived with us, except for the last one before he passed. So he didn't mess around. It was like, you tease me, guess what? You're done. You're toast. So he was our loving beast cat. And I really do miss him a lot. So, for that little story, I will just make this a 2-question. If I can get the other one open. Ooh, here's a good one. Have you ever gotten a specific food item from a place, like a restaurant or something, where it was good, and then you tried it somewhere else, and they made it different, and it was really gross? For me, I would have to say no, but my boyfriend had that experience. I forget what it was. Oh, we get cheeseburger hoagies. Now, if you don't know what they are, it's basically a cheeseburger cut up and put on a hoagie bun. And, you can pretty much make it however you want. Like, some places will make it with lettuce, tomato, onions, standard on a burger. But the one place that actually has the best, and it's because of the seasoning they put in the burger, and that's all it is. It's burger and cheese. But we always get mayo added to it. Now, we get it from a place called Bigfoot's, which is pretty much local. There's one here in town, and then there's one down over the border in that town. So, we get them from there, and he tried one from another place nearby. I will not say the name. And he was like, he couldn't even eat it. Like, he took a couple bites, and just the taste of it was just so ugh, that he's like, here, I can't do this. Do you want it? And I took a couple bites, and I couldn't even, like, I'm usually not that picky when it comes to food, but it's like I could barely eat it myself. So that's pretty bad. But if you guys have ever had an experience like that with a food item, just to try in other places, please let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next Wednesday Wonderings.